if you like, or leave it on. Hopefully it'll just focus on me. Okay, so this is just an update about where the kind of things that you should be doing right now if you are applying to medical or dental school this year. So y'all know that my goal is that you apply early. The dental application can get submitted even earlier than the medical, but we're going to see a calendar, and I will show you some of the things for that. Our Moodle page has a bunch of resources on here, and I will, this is not currently linked, but I will also link it in the recording here. So to spend some time getting to know all this stuff, my goal in the Moodle page again is to try to streamline things for you so that you don't have to go hunting and pecking for them. I'm wondering if it's a decent website or source for information. You all received this form in an email from me today, unless you've already filled this out. And this is to request a letter. For clarity on this, these items that have the star, those are the ones that are required. And when you go down, let me go down to this point here, submit the form now. So I've had this here because you can submit it. That's the end of the required questions. You can open it later. I also changed another question just for clarity. The graduate, when you're submitting, if you're going to submit this form and you're typing it up, students see the part that says that the committee has a policy that we will not write a letter until we have an official score. That's just saving us from doing a whole bunch of extra work. But so we need an official score to finish your letter. But there's a lot of stuff that you can do to streamline the process. And so filling out this form is number one. Number two, starting to get the recommendation comments from your supplemental writers. Those can start to get sent now. They can be, if you're applying to medical school next year, they'll have them start coming in. We just create a folder and we save them for you. Again, and if we have a student who submits their application and they have a date for the MCAT, the primary writer potentially will start writing your letter. And I know for me, that's my goal because I'm going to be gone for part of May. So my goal is to write the letters that I'm the primary on, or the comments. I'm going to get those done before May so that so then I'm just waiting for any other comments that come in and an MCAT score from those students. Does that make sense? Okay. And then once you get your official score, send either a screenshot or the official copy of your score to the committee member and submit it here. So that's where you would go down here and find the place. Okay. So one more point. If you're not sure exactly when you're going to take the exam, put anticipated. Okay. And just anticipated May 2024, anticipated May 2025. I don't know. Okay. Next thing, let's talk about the application and something else that you can be doing right now to prepare. So the goal of your application, so the goal of this talk right now is to just briefly talk about the application components, show you where some links are, and to give you an idea of what to do now. First, look for resources on the middle page. Second, look in your IST folder. I have pulled, there's a bunch of PDFs in there, and they are from AAMC primarily, and the DO ones are coming to help you start The application's kind of a bear. You want to start the components now. Review this PowerPoint and or the recording that is linked to this. Here's the recording. Here are the slides, and I've got some of those slides shown in this. The reason, let me move this thing out of the way. Okay. This is the copy of the 2024 schedule of the MCAT exams. MCATs are offered on the days that are highlighted in blue. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff on this. The Princeton Review last class is March 28th. There are 2 days that are rain days. So if something gets canceled, or if, I don't know, I haven't been keeping up exactly with y'all's schedule, and if anything has happened, if there were technical difficulties, they reserve these 2 days as overflow. On their schedule, you have test number 3. Now we have all, hopefully you've heard me say it a bunch of times, you need more than 3 practice tests. I say a minimum of 6 tests, and you need to have those 6 tests plus another 8 sessions where you are getting your mind and your body and your butt comfortable with sitting for 7.5 hours. It's a thing. And so that might be every Saturday and Sunday from now on. Also, remember, this room is reserved on Saturdays from here until exams. Okay, looking at the calendar going forward from the MCAT review, we are going to have sessions in April where we have the Career Center come in, we have physicians come in and help with pieces and parts of your application. You're going to have a variety of people reviewing your application components, especially the written part, the prose, and my goal is to help you with that, but also to help you get insight from other people, because you're going to have a variety of people looking at your application and your personal statement, your work activities, and I want y'all to get feedback from different places. Okay, UNCA exams start on May 2nd and go to May 8th. AMCAS opens, on May 2nd. So the application service, this electronic service, opens and you can start typing your name in. You can start typing in your birthday, all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to show you a brief outline of what's in there. That's for the MD programs. AACOMAS or AACOMAS, the DO application opens on the 4th. Let's go back to AMCAS. If you want to submit your application as early as possible, which should be your goal, you should use this time from May 2nd to May 30th to put in the information. Like I said, the application's a bear. So what I want you to be doing now, here we are, we're February 29th, is working on the application components and getting feedback from people and writing another draft so that you already have things complete and all you're doing is plugging it in. On May 30th, the MD application service, the AMCAS application service, submits, or that's the first day that you can hit submit on your application. So you have almost a month of putting information in, okay? A lot of students are still doing drafts during this time. That's okay if it's toward the end of your refining of your personal statement. It's bad if you haven't started your personal statement, because most students need more time. And I'm staring at 2 people in the classroom just because I can see y'all. Sorry if it's getting intense, for me staring. This is not undergraduate research day. That's actually here. Okay. So you can hit submit on May 30th. The application service then spends a month from May 30th to June 30th verifying information on a first come, first served basis. So, and I didn't say this, but one of the things you have to do is upload any transcripts. If you went to a number of colleges, if you took courses, if you took a summer course, if you went to early college, you need to have those transcripts sent. And I would say, start sending them as soon as you have a break in exams, because you want to give the university or the college, the program, time to get it to AMCAS. You also want to make sure you have an official copy so that you get the name of a class right, because you are typing in each one individually. You hit submit on the 30th. The application service is going to verify that, yes, you took this class, it was called that, and that's the grade you got. Yes, you took that other class, this is what it was called. You categorized it in the right place. For example, humanities is not, HUM is not a category on AMCAS, which is stupid, which is a strong word, but they don't have, they want you to take humanities classes, but they don't have a humanities section. I say call it a history class. I think that is the safest bet for you, which counts as a humanities class. But you're going to call it humanities, and then they're going to look at it and they're going to go, oh, okay. I mean, you're going to call it a history class and they're going to look at it and they're going to say, okay, that's fine. The application service spends a month verifying applications, again, on a first come, first served basis. First person who hits submit, they start working on that one first. The first day they transmit the applications to medical schools is June 30th. Medical schools, majority of them, start looking at the applications on July 3rd, 10th, or 17th. Okay. So, might be just a matter of they get all the transmissions on the 30th, and then on Monday, July 1st, the office staff, the people who are in charge of the, reviewing the applications, they start organizing. How many do we have? They start maybe seeing if people meet the basic, the minimum criteria for the application. And as an example, UNC Chapel Hill starts their review on July 3rd. Duke starts on the 10th. ECU starts on the 17th. Wake Forest starts on the 17th. ETSU is another one that a lot of students apply to, which I would advise everyone here. They know our students, they like our students, apply there. They start reviewing on the 3rd. Those are just a few examples. There are some places like Vanderbilt and University of Tennessee that don't start until August, okay? But you still want to be in the front of the pack. You, just to lower the stress level, when you get to May, it is okay if you don't hit submit on this day, but you want to hit submit soon, okay? So that's why start working on these other components. Okay. The DO programs, just to cover that, they are different. They have the day that they open is the same day you can hit submit. But if you submit your application, if you finalize everything, and the applications are very similar, if you do it in May or June, you are still your timeline is great. Okay, so I try to be really careful. Y'all know this. I hope you know this, that I try to be really careful with the stress involved with applying, because I've been there. I know it. I'm just trying to set y'all up for like the, icing on the cake, best case scenario. But if you're close, that's awesome too. Okay. What I don't want you to do is apply in September. Okay. We used to tell students apply by August 1st. No, it's just, let's set everything up for super success. Okay, and remember that for the MCAT, it takes 30 days to get your score. We're going to talk about how that comes into play in a second. For DAT, and I'm sorry, for the dental folks who are watching this or listening, that this is hyper-focused on med school, partly because their requirements are there's so many nuances that are kind of a pain to figure out. For dental school, the application, I apologize, I can't remember exactly when it opens, but it opens earlier and you can hit submit earlier. When you take the DAT, you get your score that day. So that is just all a lot easier, to kind of understand. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can hide this. Okay. So again, this information is from this PowerPoint from the slides here. So the components of a complete medical school application for an MD program versus a DO program, these are hyperlinks to help you. You need your official transcripts. You're going to put in your own information, your background, your course, your financial and criminal history. The written part is the 15 separate work activities. And the personal statement. Over here, you can do more than 15, but really there is too much of a good thing. And this is where I'm going to work with y'all to, if you shadowed 3 different doctors for maybe 10 hours each, put them all together into one activity. Don't, instead of doing 3, unless one of them was really meaningful and deserves its own section. Otherwise, more, it's just, they're not looking for who has the longest list. They're looking for who can be concise and communicate well. But again, I'll work with you individually on that. The personal statement is the same. If you're applying to a DO program, they want to know that you know what a DO is and how it's different. So you're going to want to edit your personal statement a little bit. Like, you just want to give it a little, just a little bit of acknowledgement to how DOs describe themselves and what they value. Okay, if I could, I would draw a line right here under personal statement. That is your complete application. Okay. Separate from that is an MCAT score that will come in. Like your application, you're going to have a date that you put in here of when you're going to take the MCAT, but that score will get attached to your application automatically. Draw another line, just draw that line right here. The letters of evaluation, those come in separately too. You type in who's going to write it, and if it's a committee letter versus an individual, but those come in separate from your application. So if we go back here, when you hit submit, what you are submitting is your transcripts, the background information on yourself, these work activities or experiences, and your personal statement. Okay. Just another view of the same thing, also to help you see some of the cost. And this is again from this PowerPoint. Okay. For dental school, you have your transcripts, you have your background, course, financial, criminal information, you have your experiences, personal statement, and that's your completed application. Your DAT score comes in separately, and your letter of recommendation comes in separately. It's important to look at specific schools because for dental, they tend to want, a lot of them want at least 2 letters from dentists. But again, majority of schools that are medical and dental programs, they want a committee letter recommendation if you went to a school with a committee, because the committee letter is basically a letter that is, the summation of 12 to 15 people. Okay. The goal of your application, big picture, is, and so this is very wordy because it's meant to also stand alone, but your application goal is to honestly reflect a well-rounded individual who, with like double with commitment to healthcare and service. Your application components what will happen is after you type in everything in, the application service automatically calculates your biology, chemistry, physics, and math GPA. They look at your cumulative. Some programs will also divide up and say all other. So it's your science, your natural science, and then your all other. The reason they don't want someone who is really good at all the other classes, but hasn't really demonstrated mastery of and competence in the natural science classes. You're going into a discipline where you're going to have to learn a lot of information about the natural sciences. And you're going into a program where you're not just learning the sciences, but you're also learning about taking care of people. And so they want to make sure you also value the other stuff. So that's why they break them apart. in order to help students focus on the big picture of what their application, how they're going to show themselves as well-rounded, I like to say this, that your GPA, your MCAT, DAT scores, those get your foot in the door. It shows that you are capable of being a student and completing their graduate program. That's why a lot of schools will have a cutoff of, for example, a 3.2 GPA and an MCAT score, you know, for in-state or out-of-state people. Okay, your foot's in the door, but now who are you? Why do we want you? Why, you know, why are you unique? How are you, what are you going to bring to us? And what are you going to bring to your community when you're practicing? That's the rest of your application. That's why I'm trying to get students to volunteer. That's why I really push for y'all to get engaged in different things. Again, personal statement and your work activities, that's where you demonstrate your experience, your commitment to healthcare, your commitment to service, and your proficiency with the pre-professional competencies. What are those? I don't have it hyperlinked in here. Sorry, I should have already opened it. I don't know. Sorry, I'm gonna go here because I know where to find it here. Okay, this letter of recommendation, hopefully you've all seen this. It's also in that form that I showed you at the beginning. Here, the core pre-professional competencies. This is a 2-page document that is good to share with people who are going to write your letter comments. And I'm just going to blaze through to talk about the competencies. And this form has changed, actually, and I think it's important how it's changed. They used to call this pre-professional competencies at the top, and they actually had these two at the very top. So the reorganization, to me, suggests that they are trying to emphasize something slightly different. And it's the same thing I'm trying to emphasize to students. It's not just your grades and your GPA and your MCAT score. It's the other stuff too. But look at these professional competencies: commitment to learning and growth, cultural awareness, cultural humility, empathy, and compassion. You can read the rest of them. When you look at the other ones, these things are very much going to come out in your classes and your comments from instructors. Sometimes teamwork, collaboration, reliability, resilience, adaptability, those will come out in classes too, but there is a high value for these professional competencies that you have already been practicing them, you have already been demonstrating them. And leadership is the other thing that is not on this list, but you want to show leadership in the majority of these things. And you may not have them all. You may be like, oh, how am I going to be able to show like one of these? It's okay. It's okay. Get back. Okay. So again, your application components, where you're writing your personal statement and your work activities, you are trying to communicate the pre-professional competencies through those. Your letters of recommendation that come from people, if you give them a copy of this and say, if you ask them if they can look at this and identify maybe a couple of things that you exhibited while working with them, and if they could talk about that in the comment. We don't expect you to show all of these with one person, but by having comments from 6 or 7 different people in your committee letter, we hope to express majority of these. Okay, so how do you start getting these things together? So we're going to focus mainly on the work activities and kind of what to be doing now. So create a CV or curriculum vitae, or you could call it a detailed resume. The Asheville Career Center is in the library. If you go in straight back, if you're a graduate, you still have access to them. They have a lot of appointments. They have a lot of resources online and resources that are linked in on our webpage for pre-health and on our Moodle page. They are very good at helping you with describing experiences and how and they use for someone who is going to the Career Center to create a resume to apply for a job, like a business type job. They call them the NACE competencies. They're very similar. So, you know, you could actually bring in the pre-health competencies, and they are good at helping students identify, you know, like what's something you did? Oh, well, I did this thing, and I worked for a bread company, and we baked bread, and my job was to you know, it doesn't relate at all. And then they'll say, well, what did you do? Well, I organized large orders, and I had to do buying, and then I also had to make sure like I worked with staff. Like those are a lot of, that's organizational, that's leadership. If staff is under you, it's reliability. They can help you identify those competencies from experiences you had and help you with writing the descriptions. From a Career Center point of view, I didn't put the Writing Center in here, but the Writing Center is the next step. But I would start with your CV. And those things that you put on your CV that I want you to include are not just work that you did, but also service that you did, projects you participated in, any awards that you got. I'm sorry, this doesn't make any sense. And other graduate school, other school activities, I think is what that's supposed to say. Any healthcare experience you had, go ahead and make your CV a reservoir of all this experience. Once you are in medical school or in dental school, medical school, you're going to do a residency. Dental, you might do a fellowship. You're going to be, that means you're going through the application process again, and this stuff is going to be used again. So like I still keep all mine together from when I was in your shoes, and I just keep building it. Also, community service related activities. If you create a detailed resume or a CV that has all that stuff, and then you go to the Career Center, they can help you start to maybe organize or identify skills that you exhibited there. It also is a nice reservoir to use the CV to help you create an application that demonstrates those pre-professional competencies, again, that you're bringing to the program, because your foot's in the door, but you haven't actually gotten all the way through the door yet. And your CV is also a good way for me or for other advisors to look and say, oh, you had this experience. I didn't know that. I've known you for a while, and I read your personal statement, and I didn't get that anywhere. We need to see how we need to add this in somewhere, because otherwise, especially if it's a significant experience, and this happened today with a student who I've known for, and I've talked with a lot over the past 2 years, significant experience that I didn't realize that this person had. This person had participated in leadership, and I've seen applications before from this student and never seen that level of detail. And I'm like, this needs to come in. This needs to either be a little sentence in the personal statement or a separate section in the work things, you know. So if you create a CV that has a bunch of those, it helps trigger things for other people. Okay. If you get this together, and then we have an event with the Career Center where they can talk about some of these things and help strategize, that's a great step toward you using those work activities to show yourself again as well-rounded. Now, I apologize, I didn't have time because I was collecting all these. In your folder for IST, let me reshare. When you open up your folder, you are going to see a bunch of stuff. Again, all these PDFs, these are oh, and this is the PowerPoint. So, but all these PDFs are resources that came from AAMC. And I want to, you know, I know it's a lot. I tried to name them in a way. So this is the same thing, but now you can see the names. For example, the AMCAS application, this is big, right? It's 104 pages. That's describing everything for doing the application. But AAMC has created smaller, more detailed information to help you, such as this small application workbook. And I'm going to show you a couple pictures from that. And then the even smaller work activities guide for applicants. And it's 7 pages. Okay, so why didn't they put them all in one? I don't know. They just didn't. They didn't ask me. Okay. What I want, and also in what I've done, and I'm going to show you this work activities list from the 32-page guide. I'm going to show you what that looks like. And sorry, you're going to have to, oh, and then what I recommend is in your folder, and I'm going to try to do this as well, but it would be a good way for you to go through the material in the folder, is to clean it up a little bit and put the application resources in a folder. And then these are all the things that, if you want to put the ones that you don't have, like these PowerPoints, in another folder, that's fine. That way you, like, these are the 4 documents that you're editing and that you're working on. Okay. And so the application resources folder now has taken out all those PDFs and it just cleaned it up a little bit. Trying to make sure that y'all are seeing everything that I'm showing. Okay. I have to escape from that and find the other one. What I want you to see is the okay. So this is one of the documents that is not yet in your folder, but it is in the 32-page guide. And I will copy it and put it into your folder, make it obvious. Or I'll put it on Moodle probably just to, I don't know. So I have not been able to find the workbook that is not a PDF and that has sample taken off of it. If y'all can find it, please help me, because I have looked for a long time for it. The way the 32-page document is described is, or the way it's organized is that it has a section. The stuff in blue are the instructions and descriptions about it. And I'm going to address this number in a second. And y'all's class about to start, so I'm going to have to be quiet. But these are all the different ways that you can identify your work activity. This is one way in which you can show diversity in your experience. There are anecdotes about, I think it's better to be more diverse in how you describe something. Anecdote one, just an example, I raised money when I was in y'all's shoes so that I could go and do international experience. I called that employment because I was raising money and doing fundraisers, but it was going to support me. So, well, I guess the work I did internationally, I called work because I was raising money that paid for my food and room and board. But I think I should have called both of them probably volunteer and like clinical or not medical clinical. These are the choices that you just want to get your CV described. You want to start on your document where you're writing about these things so that you can decide how to categorize them. I think this is the last thing that I will show you. Which I did not open. Okay. When you go into your student folder, you have, and again, this is for medical, but this is a template that came from the 32-page thing. This is all the information you want to have ready so that in May, when you're just, you're brain dead because you've been studying and you're just like alive enough just to make sure that you copy and paste correctly, you can go ahead and compile this information now. And you can add your experience description here. There are 15 of these in this document, and each one of you has your own. I said I would address this number. You have 15 work activities. You have 3 that you will identify as your most meaningful. They used to give you more characters to type about it. My understanding, and I'm a triple checker, but you only have 700 now. All of them are the same length. You still identify 3 as most meaningful, but some of their supportive documents, like the one we were just looking at that showed this number, have not been updated. So there's some conflicting information, which is why I put this here, the note. There's a discrepancy. Prepare for 100, prepare for 700. So that when it's May, and I will try to find out 100% for everybody before then, but I just want you to know that because that's going to be a point of anxiety for everyone. Okay. Back to the beginning, make sure you fill out this form to go ahead and just put in a request for the application that gets us, for your letter of recommendation, whether you're applying this year or next year, and that just gets us ready to offer and support to you in multiple ways. All right, Kaya put in some information about when things are due. The dental application opens May 14th. Submission is June 4th, and it closes February 7th. So you want to have your thing ready to submit as close to June 4th as possible.
And just to clarify, there are specifics for certain dental schools, so just make sure you check up on those due dates as well, because despite the application closing during that day, there might be schools that'll close before that, or they won't accept anymore.
Okay, I'm going to repeat that just so that people in the room, the dental, some schools have different dates. So always go directly to the school's website and see what they have for their course requirements, for their dates of when it's open. Most schools do a rolling application. So once someone's foot's in the door, and then they read their other stuff, and then they offer them an interview, or actually they offer them a secondary, they ask them more questions, and then they get the secondary back, and they're like, oh, we want to meet this person. This is someone we would accept. Like, offer them an interview. Let's meet them and decide, and to help us decide. And then they have an interview for you. And most schools offer 3 to 4 interviews for one slot. And then their goal is to see how well you fit with the school and how well you fit within the cohort of students that are coming in, because they're looking for diversity. They're looking for a well-rounded cohort of students. So, and when they find someone, they're like, yes, we love this guy or this girl or this person. They offer an interview, or they offer a slot in the incoming class. That's one less position that's available to you. So that's rolling admission. The next day they offer 2 more, 5 more, 10 more, and it just rolls. And so you, by applying early, you are on the front end of that roll. Okay. All right, y'all, I apologize for going 7 minutes into your President Review course, but that is all I've got. And I've got, but I also have lots of appointments this week. Well, for tomorrow I've got some, and then next week I'm going to make more, because I want to make sure to meet with y'all before the official advising stuff starts, when other students are asking for advising. And I just want to support you in the process and where you are now. Make sure you're not missing out. Okay. So y'all got the insider scoop.
Dr. Maxwell, I have a couple questions just for you. So I sent you an email, just like about like the roundtable and like the admissions liaison. So I just wanted
Yes.
to remind you about that.
Oh, just a second.